What's up, everybody? G here, VP of Content, fitnessinformant.com. Here today to bring you a review on Enjoy the Ride. This is a pre-workout that's actually an in-store brand from a store called the Nutrition Store down in South Carolina. They have a great store, great content on their IG. I suggest you check them out. With that said, usually in-store pre-workouts are usually pretty subpar. They're usually underdosed and giant prop blends. Well, these two guys, Enjoy the Ride that you see on the front of the tub, they went a little bit of a different direction, actually made a very well-dosed profile. So let's not waste your time. Let's get on the profile, taste, mixability, value, and let you know whether this pre-workout might be worth considering. Let's go. All right, since I don't have the profile on me here, I have to read it off the tablet. With that said, the profile starts off with 3.2 grams of beta-alanine. Beta-alanine, of course, this buffers lactic acid, to put it very simply. This is gonna potentially aid with endurance. Of course, we have to say that beta-alanine is a saturation ingredient. You want to take it on your off days as well. Either way, at 3.2 grams, it's at the clinical dose. No complaints there, except supplement with it on your off days. Next up, we have citrulline, malate at a 1:1 ratio. 6 grams, this will give you 3 grams of total citrulline. Citrulline is a precursor to arginine, which converts to nitric oxide, which is going to help with pumps. Very common in pre-workouts. Set the correct dose, 6 grams. Not too much to say there. It's going to help with the pump. Moving on, we have Glycer Pump at 1 gram. This is glycerol monostearate, a trademark form. It's going to help with cellular hydration. At 1 gram, we like to see it a little bit higher, but still, it should certainly help. Usually we see it around 1 to 5 grams. Either way, they use a solid form in there, no clumping, at least from our tubs. So let's move on. Next up, we have sea salt at 1 gram. Hydration is very important for pumps, and 1 gram of sea salt, you see Ryan on his IG, he'll add pink Himalayan sea salt to his pre-workouts. I do it myself. 1 gram is certainly going to help with overall pumps. Hydration is going to prevent cramping. It's a nice addition, and more companies should use more of it. It could affect the taste, but it is what it is. Next up, we have lion's mane mushroom powder at 750 milligrams. Lion's mane is kind of almost the new nootropic on the block. It's been around for a while, but it's gaining a lot of popularity. It takes a while to build up, but if you take this throughout the month, over time, you're going to notice an increase in focus. We like the ingredient. It's at a solid dose at 750 milligrams. We'd be fine with lower than that. So good job, Enjoy the Ride. Next up, we have 2 forms of caffeine. First one is caffeine anhydrous at 175 milligrams. The next one is caffeine dimalate. This is a time-release version of caffeine, so one's gonna hit you quickly, the next one's gonna hit you like in a time-release way. So you're gonna get energy, and then it's gonna last you longer, and it's probably also gonna prevent any crash that you might get from like just a huge dose of caffeine. So you're getting 350 milligrams total, 75% of that, so it's gonna be around 300 milligram mark. So on par with many other pre-workouts out there. It's a solid dose, not over the top, but still high. If you don't get energy from this, you have an issue. Next up, we have Erythrorensis. This is a PA source, and it's at 300 milligrams, which is actually pretty high. PAs can help with mood. You're just gonna feel euphoric off of them. Usually, you're great. You get great focus. You feel like you're on top of the world. 300 milligrams is quite a high dose, so either way, we're not gonna complain about that too much here. We do like lower stim pre-workouts, but it's still pretty on par with many other products out there. All right, next up, we have T-Cream at 150 milligrams at a 40% standardization, so you're getting 60 milligrams of total T-Cream. This is an ingredient from Compound Solutions. It's an alkaloid found in a certain tea leaf. I can't remember the name. Either way, it's there for long-lasting, smooth energy. It takes about 30 minutes to 60 minutes to kick in, really. It's going to help prevent a crash. It's going to give you nice, like I said, smooth energy. We like the addition here. 60 milligrams is a solid dose. Anywhere from like 50 to 100 is going to give you a nice boost in energy. Too much of it, you're going to get a sedative effect. All right, with the T-Cream, we also have its counterpart, Dynamine. This is pretty much T-Cream, just faster acting. It's also at 150 milligrams at a 40% standardization. It can help with mood and focus, but this stuff, at least in my experience and our users' experience, hits us, like it'll hit you within 15 minutes as opposed to like 30 minutes to an hour later. So both ingredients are by Compound Solutions. They're from the same tea leaf, I'm pretty sure. So both at solid doses combined. Some people don't get a good effect, some people do. Our user, and including me at these doses, got a good effect, so solid job there. Let's move on. Finally, we have isopropyl norepinephrine. This is kind of a new exotic stimulant on the block as well. It can help with energy. It might also be good for fat burning. 25 milligrams seems to be the correct dose of it. There aren't too many studies on it, just one showing it might have potential for fat loss. I think epinephrine good for fat loss, another common fat burning ingredient. A little bit stronger than that. It is dosed well. So overall, for an in-house store brand, we're very impressed. We like the addition of sea salt. We could use a little bit more glycerol. That's not the biggest issue, especially with the sea salt in there for hydration. Solid dose of caffeine, great dose of lion's mane, basics such as citrulline, beta-alanine. It's very well-rounded, and if someone were to show me this, like, hey, what do you think of this pre-workout? Oh, look, it's well-rounded. So good job there, enjoy the ride. With all that said, let's get into the effectiveness because that's what really matters. Let's go. So we gave this to one of our female reviewers, first female reviewer on FI, so big moment for us. With that said, she really enjoyed it. The energy and the pumps were there, certainly. She said the focus wasn't like the best part of this product, but it was still, it did get better over time, which is something you'd expect from the lion's mane. She also did note that you don't want to take this anywhere close before bedtime. That goes without saying. 350 milligrams of caffeine, especially the time-release ones, like T-creen and the dicaffeine malate, it could prevent sleep because it lasts longer. Either way, overall, good energy, solid pumps, on par with many other products on the market. Is it the best, like the most effective one on the market? That's debatable, but it's still overall a very solid product, and it should deliver. If you like these two guys, it's a great way to support them. So overall effectiveness, it's there. All right, as for taste, Enjoy the Ride only has the one margarita flavor, which to me was a lemon lime when I tried it. Our user actually really likes margaritas, and that was her preferred drink of choice wherever she goes. And she actually said it tasted pretty much exactly like one, even with a little bit of tequila in there. There's no tequila in there, or actually alcohol in there, but it had like a hint of tequila in there, which pretty unique. I didn't notice that, but my taste buds could be shot. With that said, she did say it was probably better to drink when it was watered down, and it could be too much for some. We'd like to see more flavors from them, but they did it fairly well. It's a nice lemon lime flavor. That's what you have to get out of it. It's not too exotic, but it is it's something you could recognize, a lemon lime margarita. So good job there. Moving on, now we come to the mixability. You get about 16 grams for one scoop. It mixes pretty well. There was some residue stuck to the sides and the bottom of the shaker cup. Even with swishing between sips, it never fully mixes. It's kind of what our user said. You're gonna see it mixing up. No chalky or gritty texture. It's not the best pre-workout as far as mixability goes, but it's definitely not bad. Trust me, I've seen bad ones in my day. So, not too much bad there. Either way, moving on. All right, coming to value, you can get this for about $45 directly from the website for 25 servings, so about $1.80 per serving. This is a very fair price. It's not the most loaded pre-workout on the market, but it's very well-rounded. And since we give products that are very well-rounded at $2 per serving, we give those good values. This is even better than that. So it's very fair. If you like to support a small business with some good guys behind it, a solid product that has a pretty good taste, this is certainly one to consider. So it's a fair price, $1.80 per serving for a solid pre-workout. Good job there. It's worth trying and buying it, or trying at least once. Overall, it's a solid product. The profile's there. It's very well rounded. Uses some exotic stimulants as well as some very safe ones such as T-creen and dynamine. The flavor is kind of limiting with that due to it just being a lemon lime flavor at the end of the day, a margarita one. This is going to come down to whether or not you like lemon lime products. Mixability could use some work, but that's not the worst thing. That's not the worst because it's still very drinkable, and the value is very fair. So well-rounded pre-workout, worth buying and trying at least once. From two good guys with some interesting IG content, and they know what they're doing there. And for an in-store brand, an in-house brand, it's very well-rounded, which is fairly uncommon these days. Be sure to follow us on IG as well as Facebook. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Check out the review, website.